Ronnie Gelfont, 21st Century Public Adjusters. Today we're going to talk about roof damages. How does wear and tear impact roof insurance claims? Wear and tear is everything when it comes to a roof insurance claim. The biggest thing that you have to understand is insurance denies wear and tear. They deny maintenance. Those are all the main things for denial. What is covered for a real roof claim is sudden, accidental, one-time event, usually windstorm, hailstorm, tree down. Those are the sudden, accidental things that take place that damage a roof. Anything else would pretty much be a cosmetic scenario that would not be covered, or a flat roof, which would not be covered. What's the process for filing a claim for storm or hail-related damages? It's the same process of all the other processes that we've spoken about in other podcasts. You always need documentation. Documentation and pictures, the two biggest things. Documentation could be the narrative of the events that took place, and the photographs, of course, are always great to show before the event, and of course the damages from the event. This gives you full accountability of everything that's going on in that windstorm event for that roof. So the process, now that we get our documentation together, we get our pictures together, you need to call the insurance company. If you're not already contacting a public adjuster to handle this for you, you would need to contact the insurance company, state the documentation you just put together, hold on to those pictures that you just took, because they're going to go ahead and initiate the claim. They're going to provide you a claim number, and they will assign a field adjuster who will come out, and then he'll do his own assessment of your roof with the detailed information you provide to him of the pictures and documentation of your event. They will research weather patterns, the variations of the property, and of course the specific areas that were damaged and other areas that might not have been damaged, to show more of what that wear, tear, and age looks like unrelated to a damaged area. Once the insurance company does provide the insurance adjuster to come out and look everything over, he usually, within 10, sometimes the same day, usually not more than 45 days, will put together a full report in detail of the specifics of what it is that they are going to pay for and cover under the claim. And if there's anything that they're not covering, they'll spell that out and provide you a detailed report that you'll be able to go over with your contractor to ensure, again, that your contractor can do the same work that they're providing the services and dollars for. In case there's not a match, you would have an opportunity with your contract to provide more information on what might need to be done to fully get the roof or repairs done correctly. Always understand something. Insurance only owes you for damages. They don't owe you for matching. They don't owe you for the idea that it's not going to look right. You could buy those different types of endorsements, and then they do help enhance your policy. So when situations arise where half your roof needs to be replaced, they can then step in and say you do have matching, and they'll replace the whole roof. More details to talk to us about in a future podcast. Are flat and unconventional roofs treated differently in claims? Yes. The variations of what goes on with roof claims is a lot. So the biggest thing is insurance looks at unconventional roofs and flat roofs usually as a maintenance or as a wear and tear type scenario. They're usually always denied, because there's only two ways for an insurance carrier to allow you to have coverage on a flat or unconventional roof. And if it's just from what you're believing to be wind damage, is highly unlikely. When you have a flat roof, or you have what we call a very low slope roof, which is unconventional, because they try to utilize different materials on these roofs other than shingles. Because they're unconventional, is the main reason why you have these problems. It's always wear and tear. It's always going to be maintenance type scenarios. In a general sense, unconventional roofs and flat roofs are considered, more vulnerable to conditions. So therefore, you're usually priced higher with insurance carriers for those types of roofs. Um, there are so many things that you need to understand that roofs have to be pitched. If they're not pitched, then they become a problem. And that's where insurance usually limits what they will and won't cover for those unconventional type flat roofs. Should you document roof maintenance? I mean, all maintenance you do with your home is documented one way or another because you paid somebody. And this is what I always try to explain is that even if you paid the person, you can't find your receipt, call the company. They'll be able to provide your receipt because 9 out of 10, they emailed it, printed it, have it saved in your profile in some capacity. And that is always that available proof. Even if you had, I've dealt with some smoke claims most recently, one of our last podcasts. They asked the woman when she maintained her flue last. Back in November, she had her flue cleaned and checked. She had a receipt for $119 showing it. That gave her coverage for $90,000 worth of smoke damage for her property. Just to give you an idea of documentation and how documentation can easily help you. That worked. How do you document the damages? The easiest way of doing it is going on the roof. Because most people don't go on roofs, my recommendation is walk your whole property. Take pictures of all the shingles that are on your property. Take pictures of the damages as you look at your roof from the front, you look at your roof from the back. Take those pictures because the wind's going to blow again. It could blow all these things and alter it again. You're trying to show a situation that exactly shows what you're dealing with. And because you can hop up on the roof, if that's the instance, you're giving enough pictures of what you have. If you can, see if you can find someone that can go on the roof, take pictures, either a roofer to verify damage. They'll usually do that for free because they like to give you an estimate for a new roof. Not that the estimate matters here. You're looking for their pictures. You're looking for their narrative of what they're seeing since you're on the ground. Another thing you could do, and we provide that within our office, is we have drones. We fly drones over properties all the time. We try to zoom in on areas of concern, take those pictures, and then we review all those pictures with the homeowner to enable them to see specifically what's going on. This gives us an opportunity to know what we're dealing with before we contact the insurance carrier. Are cosmetic damages or discoloration situations covered under insurance? No. It's a good question. Everybody thinks this, but no. It's kind of like matching. No. You could buy these types of policies. They're not it's not basic, it's not broad, it's not special. It's the additional endorsements that you can add into those policies. What I always try to tell people is, when you're dealing with visual things, it's usually not damaged the way you think, because a tree could scrape something and it's not going to ruin its ability to protecting the home. So if a tree scratched your roof, it's not preventing your roof from doing its job. If a tree scratched your siding, it's not preventing the ability of the siding doing its job. Do you have a scratch? Sure do. Wear and tear. And that's what that is. So wear and tear will not be covered under policies, but you can fix wear and tear. You can fix these variations, these discolorations. You can paint. You can do anything that you want to do, but painting and a change of color or a dent is not covered under insurance. How can public adjusters ensure fair settlements for roof claims? First, hire a public adjuster. Definitely hire 21st century public adjusters and you'll get Ron Gelfont. But what has to be done to ensure proper settlement on the claim is documentation, pictures, expert information. What I do for roof claims is I bring a roofer out automatically because they are licensed for roofs. They're going to pinpoint how old the roof is, the details of the roof, the type of roof, and the specific nature of the damages that they see. That is part of my expert opinion, along with the specifics of the policy that I review with the client to ensure that the variations of what we're trying to achieve in damage coverage is able to be achieved through the policy that they have. Then we basically call it in, do everything we need to do to ensure that we have the right presentation. So when the adjuster does come out, we are able to provide all the information, allow them to see all the damages as we want to present it, and allow them to leave with exact information for them to come back to us with a more specific estimate related to the damages that we're looking to have fixed. And that's the easiest way of going about putting a claim in, ensuring that it's handled properly, and that everything gets done in the betterment for the property itself. What should someone do if they have roof damage and feel that they need to file a claim? They should verify the claim with an adjuster like myself first to ensure the fact that they have full coverage. Call me, 215-485-3107, so we can go ahead and handle everything for you and make sure everything is settled for you in a timely fashion in your favor.